This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 2441. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. Before I start, I just want to say that next Monday, the 22nd at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing a live stream with Marty Gilbert, who hosts a networking group out of Chicago. And we're going to be doing question and answer. We're going to be talking on different subjects. So I'll have a link to it in the show notes. Go to LinkedIn using the link. Say you're going to be coming. Even if you aren't, I'll send you the recording afterwards. But we want to know who might be interested in this because we want to help more people. Marty's a really smart guy, very capable, comes out of marketing, and he and I have just clicked with one another very nicely. Now, let me just move on to today's show, which is about following up after an interview and a concern that someone has about being ghosted after they're following up. Hope you find this helpful and give it a great review wherever you listen to the show. And again, in the show notes, there's going to be a link to the LinkedIn Live, and I'll mention it again later in the week if you forget. But for now, just go do it, okay? Just say you're going to be coming. And now, let's get going. I did an interview recently, and they're not getting back to me. What do? I'm being ghosted. And the answer is really pretty simple. There's multiple steps that you can engage in to help you. And there's no guarantee that they'll ever get back to you. I just want to say that right away. But at the end of your interview, you have to ask them, so what's your timeline for next steps? Or when might I expect to hear back from you? And they'll give you some vague answer. And you'll follow up by saying, so if I haven't heard from you by, pick a couple of days after that, is it okay if I follow up? And they'll say, sure, or wait. And I'll just simply say, follow up at that time, because it's important for you to take action at the time that they tell you to. Too often people go on interviews, they don't ask that question. They have a too ambitious sense of when they should hear back. And firms are ghosting because they don't want to constantly say, we don't have a decision yet. We're still interviewing, because you didn't ask when you might hear back from them. The other thing is an attitude thing. You never put your eggs in one basket. What you try to do is continue to interview. It's like dating. Until you're ready to get married, until you're ready to get engaged, you're not committed to one person. As a result, you continue dating. Hopefully you find the right person. Job search is the same way. You get out there, you keep talking to firms until you're ready to accept a marriage proposal. Now, let's assume you are following up and they're not getting back to you. Try reaching out to someone else. If you've been trying to reach HR, try reaching the hiring manager. I don't know how to do that. Well, contact them through LinkedIn and simply say, I've been trying to reach so-and-so in HR and they're not getting back to me. I know I interviewed with you and I'm curious, have you made a decision? Are there going to be any next steps involving me? Could you give me a sense about when I might hear back? Now, the hiring manager, if they're interested, is going to respond right away. And I'll also say, if they don't respond right away, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not interested, because the dirty little secret of LinkedIn is unless someone's job hunting, they're not always sitting on the platform waiting for you to message them. So give them a little bit of time to respond, like a couple of days, and you should know through their action or inaction whether or not they're interested. Lastly, let's assume you're trying everything and nothing is working. Go to Glassdoor, go to Indeed, and leave a polite piece of feedback that says, interviewed with this firm, seemed like nice people, seemed like it went well, but I'm being ghosted, frustrated, and just keep it simple, to the point. Don't go off on this lengthy tirade that says, I hate these people, they're so unprofessional. Fewer words are better. It keeps it succinct, to the point, and if you do it, see if you can tag the firm itself so that they get the message that they screwed up. If you post it on LinkedIn, send a message to the HR person, and again, try and reach out to them that way. But the long and the short of it is, leave some feedback that lets other people know what your experience was. Don't go off on a lengthy tantrum. Just provide facts. I'm Jeff Altman. I hope you found this helpful. Visit my website, thebiggamehunter.us. There's a ton in the blog that'll help you. In addition, you can schedule time for a free discovery call or schedule time for coaching. I'd love to help you. Also, at the site, you can find out about my courses, books, and guides. You can hire me for a resume and or LinkedIn profile critique. My courses are such that you can rent or buy them. They're really quite good. And particularly, I'll mention the Ultimate Job Interview Framework, which will teach you how to interview like an all-star. Lastly, connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Have a terrific day and be great.